right, so let's discuss today possible options for part 2 LRs during the 8th year anniversary. I know it's only on JP right now, but I wanted to make this a discussion video. I want to see your guys' thoughts. Let's go ahead and get started. I've got a few things to look at here. We're gonna take a look back to all the way from the 7th anniversary to the 4th anniversary here, and this is the 7th anniversary, a top legendary summon banner with the Kaioken Goku and also the LR Great Ape Vegeta. So that was part 2 of the 7th year anniversary. Part 2 of the 6th year anniversary was the exact same format, a top legendary summon banner where you can recruit 2 new SSR characters that can be Dokkan awakened into an LR. The 17 here that Dokkan awakened into the LR Team Universe 7, and then the Frieza that Dokkan awakened into an LR Golden Frieza Angel and 17. For the 5th anniversary, the part 2 LRs were once again a top legendary summon banner. You can see the pattern here. Extreme Physical LR Broly, Chi-Lai, and Limo, and then the Int LR Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. And then for the 4th anniversary, and this is the last anniversary, or the oldest anniversary that has this same format, another top legendary summon banner. That was the LR Trio here, and then the LR Super Baby 2 that turns into a golden form giant ape, or golden giant ape, or whatever it is. You get the point. It's the AGL LR Super Baby 2. It's all been the same format for the past 4 years now, but we do have kind of a curveball this year, a potential curveball, because during the worldwide celebration right after the 7th year anniversary, we received in part 1 a Dokkan Festival LR Final Form Cooler and a legendary summon Carnival Super Saiyan Goku. And then in part 2 was the same exact format, except the extreme and super class units were flip-flopped. Instead, we got a Dokkan Festival super class unit in the form of the Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Goku, and then the legendary summon Carnival Metal Cooler right here. And that's another thing I would like to point out. The legendary summon Carnival units are 200% leaders, like full 200%. They're not 170 with a condition. So he was a full 200%, or he is a full 200% to powerful comeback, and he's a full 200% to wicked bloodline. So that's something else to keep in mind, some other factors to keep in mind as we're discussing this video and trying to figure out what the part 2 LRs are going to look like and how they could be formatted for the 8th year anniversary. Now, the 2 that I really want, and the 2 I think could be very real possibilities, or actually both. I think both could be a possibility. I think we could get an LR Kid Buu, and I think we could get either an LR Sen Shenron that transforms into Omega. But seriously, that if it's a legendary summon Carnival Shenron of any sort, I don't think it's going to be a Sen Shenron. I think it's going to be a straight up Omega Shenron. I really don't think they're going to make it a Sen Shenron. So if it is a legendary summon Carnival banner, definitely Omega. And to be honest with you, if they continue with this same format, top legendary summon, I mean, they could put both of them on this same banner, which I don't agree that they should. Since they introduced the legendary summon Carnival banners in the worldwide celebration, which is one of the biggest celebrations of the year, I think they should use the legendary summon Carnival banners in the 8th year anniversary, or in the anniversaries, since the worldwide celebration and the anniversaries are of similar calibers as far as content goes, and as far as the type of celebrations they are. So I think legendary summon Carnival banners are appropriate for those 2 celebrations. So I really think they should just dismiss this top legendary summon banner and replace it with the legendary summon Carnival LR banners. But if they decide to go with the top legendary summon banner, we could see an LR Kid Buu and also an LR Omega Shenron on the same banner. There's also talks about, 2 more Spirit Bomb Gokus. I think personally, I think that would be way too much. I don't want to see 2 more Spirit Bomb Gokus for part 2. I think that would be just oversaturating the celebration or the anniversary with too many Gokus. Personally, I think that, but and I don't wish that upon anyone in this game to receive 4 different Spirit Bomb Gokus during the anniversary. I think that would be absolutely ridiculous. But moving on, another way they could do it is, instead of having obviously the top legendary summon banner, they could have a legendary summon carnival banner, a dual one, just like the top legendary summon banner, except, you know, with Kid Buu and Omega Shenron on there, and make it 1 legendary summon carnival banner. That's another option that they could consider well, not consider, because they already have it planned out, but that's another thing that could potentially happen. I think is just 1 legendary summon carnival banner with both LR Kid Buu and LR Omega Shenron on there. Or the last potential thing that could happen is, since the 8th anniversary has 2 dual Dokkan Festival banners in part 1, they could mirror part 2 with 2 legendary summon carnival banners, 1 legendary summon carnival banner with LR Kid Buu, and then 1 with Omega Shenron on it, which I think that would be the best format. I wouldn't like a legendary summon carnival banner that has both of them on it, because there's less of a chance to pull one or the other. You're literally going after both, whereas if they're on separate carnival banners, you can choose which one you really want to go after. So I really do think 2 separate legendary summon carnival banners are the best way to go, and I hope that actually happens for the 8th year anniversary. Now, what potentially could they be leading? I'm not going to go over their full kits or full concept, but just their leader skills. So I was taking a look at this Kid Buu right here, the most recent one. And I feel like I brought up this artificial life forms category. I went through all the other categories. I don't feel like any of the other categories would have as much of an impact as artificial life forms. So I think an artificial life forms full 200% leader skill on a new LR, a new legendary summon carnival LR Kid Buu would be very appropriate, and it would have the biggest impact. If you take a look here, there's 4 different pages with artificial life forms on it. Not all of them are the best units, but some of them, like this Majin Buu right here, could definitely see the light of day again with a full 200% leader skill, because he's not bad. He just needs to be buffed, and a 200% leader skill, straight up 200% leader skill, would be absolutely incredible for this Majin Buu. This Android 13 could get quite a bit better as well. And then the cell that just EZA'd on JP, sorry global players, I'm a global main too, so I understand the pain, but we are going to eventually get his EZA. So a 200% leader skill in artificial life forms would definitely be helpful for this LR cell, since he did just recently get his EZA. Super Baby 2 is upon his EZA at any moment, so he could definitely be buffed from that. It's just, there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of, dude, the gammas, totally. Oh man, I know they already have a 200% leader skill, but to have a full 200% leader skill with no conditions, that could be pretty nasty. So there's just, I really do feel like artificial life forms could have a huge impact on the game if it has a full 200% leader skill with a new Carnival LR Kid Buu. And then of course the Carnival LR Omega Shenron being the second option, or the second potential Carnival LR in part 2. And honestly, I was taking a look at his categories. I really do feel like as small as GT Bosses is, I feel like that would probably be the best 200% leader skill for him. Possibly. I mean, you've also got power absorption, and human deeds would be decent, but I I really do feel like GT Bosses needs it the most. I don't think it's going to have the biggest impact because this category is so small, but since it is so small, having a 200% leader skill would definitely help this category a lot. I do think GT Bosses would be, out of all the categories he'd be on, and could potentially lead for a full 200% leader ability. I think GT Bosses could possibly be the best option for him. But let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that red subscribe button, joining the crew, and joining us on this journey to 10,000 subscribers. And also consider hitting that like button, supporting the content. It's much appreciated. But regardless, I do appreciate you for being here, and I'll catch you on the next one.